Whoa, what is up, guys? I am back again. I know it was quite a while since I made a video, so I will try to make up for it now that school is over. And I'll finish up Lily's route and probably update the channel a bit more with other videos, possibly playing Amnesia or some other computer game I have. Maybe even Diablo 3 once it comes out. I don't know yet. We'll see. But anyway, back to the story. I don't remember where we left off. We saw. I do remember Lily getting really pissed and getting very angry after Kenji tripped her, and I think we went back inside. So we'll just go from here, and I'll see what happens. So after a quiet walk in, we eventually reach the top of the third floor stairs, and the junction where we part every day. I turn to Lily before she leaves. While I do, like the comfortable and warm silences we usually share, this was anything but. I don't want to leave things like this. You seem quieter than usual recently. Is anything wrong? But she shakes her head almost automatically, as if to dispel any notion that I need to worry about her. It's just the exams taking their toll. I'll be fine. I don't think that's the reason. I very nearly say so, but decide against it. There's no point trying to draw it out of her if she doesn't want to tell me, especially when she's in a foul mood like this. If you're sure, I'll see you later then. As I turn down the hallway to go to my classroom, Lily's soft voice rings out from behind me. Hisao, yeah. I'm sorry. With that, Lily makes off down the hallway to her own classroom, her hand skating along the metal railings. I stand still and watch her until she turns into her classroom and out of sight, before going to my own class with a fair measure of reluctance. As usual, I'm early. Mutou is fiddling with folders and papers on his desk as he prepares for the day while a handful of students mill about, chatting away. While my feelings about Lily haven't dissipated, far from it, her mention of my exam performance did remind me that I have my own life's journey to attend to. After thinking about it, I have realized that I do genuinely want to pursue science in some form as a career, rather than simply being the path of least resistance. Until now, though, I didn't have much of an idea of where in the field I wanted to go. Just science is a pretty broad category of jobs. Something Lily mentioned earlier focused my thoughts, something I'd only idly pondered about before. I'd not seriously considered following this specific path. I walk up to Mutou's desk, his attention too focused on preparing for the day's lessons to notice my approach. It's the same every day. Good morning. He looks up with an expression of mild surprise that's quickly replaced with his typical awkward smile. Good morning, Nakai. Can I help you? Do you mind if I ask something? He looks down at his messy pile of books on the desk before putting down the papers in his hand and standing up with some difficulty to properly address me. Like, why do you need to get up? That's what I'm here for, after all. Ask away. I was just wondering, what would you say is the motivation behind teaching? He thinks on this question for a few moments before responding, evidently far from having an answer prepared. If you talk to 10 different teachers, I think you'll get 10 different answers to that question. While I can only speak for myself, I'd say I teach because, He sinks into thought again, carefully assessing the way he wishes to present his idea. Think of it this way. When you're a child, you probably played with sticks and pebbles in a moving water, such as the gutter or puddles, right? I think a lot of people do that when they're young. Well, it's not just when they're young for some, though it does take on another form. My point is that when one is doing that, they're curious about how the water will flow or be changed. Everyone, even at a young age, possesses an intense wonderment about how the world around them works, even in the smallest forms. I still feel that sense of wonderment about the universe. Even just reading about new discoveries or classic experiments gives me a renewed sense of awe at how marvelous everything is, from the farthest stars to the smallest puddle. I just hope that I can give others even a small piece of that wonderment I feel. I feel I can do that, even just if it's just for one person. I think that I can be happy as a teacher. Not gonna lie, when I first saw this part in this route, I actually gained a whole new respect for Mutou. You know, he seemed like the lazy ass, but guess not. He scratches his head as he mentally reviews what he said. I feel like I understand him better now. Even if he's awkward around others, he does have a genuine want to be around them and offer them a piece of self that he values. What Lily told me yesterday rings in my ears. I think you get on well with others, huh? She always did say I was unusually curious. Sorry if that was a little meandering. Does it answer your question? It does, thank you. I also had another question, actually. Oh, what might that be? Do you have any college brochures or guides? It's about time I started thinking, getting some applications in. He nods and bends down to look in his desk. As he does, I notice that he's wearing a remarkably genuine smile. I don't think I've ever seen him act this natural around others. Perhaps this isn't Mutou, the teacher, but rather Mutou, the person. Here, if you need any more, feel free to ask. He hands me about half a dozen brochures and booklets of various colors and sizes, which I take eagerly. Yes, it will be the information I will use to forge my own future. I think now, after all this time and all these trials, I can finally start to see the big picture of my life ahead of me. My body may be like this, but my mind is still very much able. Thank you. Aw. Another day. Yeah, I've been so out of touch with this game. Been so busy with school and other animes that never had time to set up. Anyway, this is strange. The single thought has graced my mind a countless number of times since my life here began. It feels like an easy way to discard a troubling question, as if simply labeling something with those 3 words will make it go away, or at least not worth thinking about any further. My life before my heart attack feels more blurry every time I try to remember it, and my mind struggles to keep up with all the events eventually happening around me since. I heard somewhere that this is what it feels like to be left stranded in a country with only the most basic understanding of the local language. Indeed, when I think about it, that seems a marvelously apt analogy for what's happening to me. But such situations are supposed to make you very capable in the language very fast, as you are forced to learn it in order to survive. Put another way, the situation becomes sink or swim. I wonder if I've really managed to swim after all this time. The exams are stressing me out a lot, even though they're finally coming to an end, but I've remained in Mutou's favor, and I have some sort of direction for my future now. But I keep using that stupid meaningless phrase. This is strange. It really amazes me how fast one comes to accept being surrounded by people with something incredibly jarring, sometimes incredibly jarring disabilities and conditions. So much so that I wonder why I feel so much like a foreigner. It certainly isn't a lack of socialization or friends. I've come to know most of my classmates on our first name terms, and now a few others around the school, whether they're missing an arm or a leg. The students here are just like anyone else of their age. I can navigate the halls that I once lost myself in with ease I'd not expect to ever have, thanks to the school's logical layout, and can engage my teachers in comfortable discussion. I swirl around gently the tea in my cup, the reflected image of my face becoming distorted by the moving liquid. This is strange. I used to hate drinking tea. Maybe I'm thinking too much. The familiar sound of china rattling from the teacup touching the unaccompanied saucer rings out. Is something the matter? Don't worry, it's nothing. I take a long sip of tea in front of me as the girls do. Just whiling away the time in Lily's room, sipping tea with her and Hanako. It feels familiar, almost nostalgic. So, how's your work in the newspaper club going, Hanako? I want to know too. It sounds like it would be quite interesting. Hanako's face turns down at the attention placed upon her, though her smile bellies the fact that she genuinely likes being in the center of attention for the two of us. It's good. I think I'm getting better at it. Naomi and a couple of her friends handle most of the jobs, getting stories and stuff. I just do the computer things like putting stories together and getting it printed. It's nice, since I can sit and concentrate. I see Lily's low-tech nature isn't shared by Hanako. While sitting in her room compiling other people's newspaper articles into documents doesn't strike me as overly outgoing, it is heartening to see her widening her circle of friends. Baby steps, I guess. It's probably a bit much to be expecting her to become a socialite like Lily. How are you finding Naomi? I've heard she can be quite troublesome at times. And Lily's going into her mothering mode over Hanako. Letting go of her is something she'd had to learn. Hanako scratches her cheek, thinking of an answer. Naomi's nice. She's a bit loud sometimes and a bit tiring, but she's really helpful. Her friends are nice too. That's wonderful to hear, Hanako. I'm glad you found a source of such enjoyment. Lily's smile is warm and genuine, but I can sense a touch of wistfulness to it as well. Hanako seems to miss that entirely, but I don't think for a second that I'm imagining it. I suppose it's because I've slowly come to pay more and more attention to everything going on around me. With things seemingly happening faster and faster, it feels like I'll miss something if I'm not observant as possible. With exams, my newfound love life, trying to fit in some studying regarding my options for college and university, and my heart conditioning applying the brakes on everything at irritatingly random times. My brain's been in overdrive lately. It makes me appreciate the rare quiet times such as these. I guess this is why Lily came to appreciate her weekly walks to the convenience store and her tea parties with Lily, despite her like of being surrounded by others. They gave her a moment of peace in a chaotic and busy life. Thank God the exams are over, eh? The comment draws an earnest chuckle from both girls. It seems like everybody's been a lot happier since exams ended last week. So what are you going to do this for the summer holidays, Hanako? Only I quickly count the days in my head. Today's Monday, and school finishes on Saturday. 5 days to go after all. I was thinking of traveling, just around a bit. There's a lot of places I want to see, and I think I have enough money to pay for the bus and train rides. Naomi and one of the other girls in the newspaper club said they might come along too. Her look indicates she's given the matter a lot of thought. I'm kind of surprised that she's contemplating something like this. It seems she's really become intent on striking out on her own. Is there anywhere in particular you're thinking of going? I was thinking that Kyoto sounds nice. I think I'll try a few places, though. Lily nods in approval, happy with Hanako's plans. While I cast my eyes to Lily, I refrain from asking her the same question. She's been evasive about her plans for the future for a long time, but I never seem to get a good time to broach the subject alone with her. Every time it comes up in conversation, it feels like she's either unsure of herself or simply dodging the question. It's troubling. Be sure to call me sometime while you're out and about. I gave you my number before, right? Hanako gives a quick nod and a happy smile on her face. It's strange to see how happy people become when they have a goal to work towards. Yuko seems to brighten whenever her university aspirations are brought up, and now Hanako is just the same. So why do I feel this uncertainty, and why Lily too? Relationships can be irritatingly troublesome sometimes. What time is it? It takes me a second to remember that Lily's clock doesn't have any visual feedback, so I should know, given how many times I've been in her room. Nevertheless, I take my watch from my bag, quickly check it. The reason for her asking becomes clear. It's about 20 past 10, nearly curfew. Hanako rises to her feet, dusting herself off, and neatening her gown after doing so. I'd better get going, then. Good night, Lily, Hisao. Well, sleep well, Hanako. See you tomorrow. With that, she walks out the door and quietly makes her exit. Silence. Yeah, see? Silence. This seems to be happening more and more between Lily and I recently. After a few seconds, I finally find something to talk about. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because I know what scene's coming up, and I'm reaching the end length. So, as always, like the video and comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.